And welcome in. Today I'm going to show you my top 10 list of mods for Farming Simulator 22. Now, these are my top 10. Yours may be different. As a content creator who streams and makes videos, some of these mods really help me, but might not be as necessary just to play the game. Also, this list is not in any particular order, except for number 1, as that mod is absolutely required for me. I gotta have it. Now, a lot of these mods are PC only, so if you're on console, you won't be able to get some of these. Let's get to the list. If you agree or disagree with my list, tell me why down in the comments. And at number 10, we have the Fieldwork fill station. You can see there's 6 choices. They are under buildings and then containers. 15,000 for the new version, 14 for the rusty version. Go down and take a look. So again, new, rusty. I love the rusty version. I always pick that one. 6 different choices total, 3 different ways to do it. This one, 30% off. You get a discount for buying in bulk. Who doesn't like a discount? This one, at 30% is not enough. Free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? And then, of course, if you want to play a little bit more realistically, you have a silo version. Holds 100,000 liters. You can fill it up with the trailer or silage added lime, liquid fert, seeds, herbicide, solid fert. Anything you need for the farm to get yourself started. 3 different styles to choose from. I don't see how you can go wrong. Fieldwork Fill Station by Gaming Joy. Must have. At number 9, we have the Sell Everything by Schultz Modding. 2 varieties here. Let's get down and show you the different varieties. Only $1,000. That's just basically giving it away. You see here, the first version is a covered version. I mean, you had a little decoration there. Shows you, this is a sell point. And you have just the open grate, which you can put down next to buildings, barns, anything else you want to put down. These are nice because you can tuck these into existing areas and they don't take up a lot of space. As you see here, they will sell literally everything. We've even tested these on the new premium crops that came out, the carrots and such, and they worked off the bat without any adjustment. These things will literally sell everything. So if you get on a map, you have a product, you put a production down, and you can't find a place to sell it on the map, throw this down, $1,000, and sell your stuff, make some money. Again, for testing, making videos, this is very important to figure out prices, make your money. Must have mod. And at number 8, we have Contract HUD. Now you'll see up in the top, up there by the weather, we have active contracts, 4. Now, all those contracts are going to show down there. They're going to show you the field number and the percentage of completion. Now you can see field 36. We're doing a FERT contract with a very, very small manure spreader. And you'll see as we go along, it's very slow because this is very small. You'll see a tick up there. 7% tells you how much you have left to do. So if you need to get to that 100%, it will flash over, turn green, and tell you you're done. Then you can collect it. If you're like me and you end up doing a lot of contracts, maybe 10 FERT contracts in one day, this will keep track of them all. It'll give you a reminder on the screen of what fields need done, so you can click to your map and say, all right, field 77, that is flashing down there in the southeast corner. We need to go to that one and handle that contract. But it gives you a percentage of what you've done. If you're doing multiplayer, this is very good. It'll tell you somebody else is doing a contract, the percentage of that. Very orderly, keeps you on track, gets your contracts done faster. You don't have to keep going back to the menu and looking up which contracts you have left or the flashing ones, which are which. Just get Contract HUD, get a nice little easy graphical interface up at the top to tell you what you got left to do. Now, to go along with that Contract HUD, you're going to need better contracts. Fantastic mod, really opens up the base game contract. If you see at the bottom, you have your standard accept and borrow. But on this, new contracts. We can hit that and you'll see it's cycling around there and we're adding new contracts. If we clear contracts, which we can do, and we add new contracts, you see all those new ones pop up. It'll cycle through, refresh the contracts, give you new ones. If you just fertilize the field and you hit refresh, it may pop up as it needs weeding because it's already grown. It does refresh those things. You sow them, then it may turn up a fert or another weeding. Different depending on what contracts you have on. It will refresh your contracts, give you more ability to do in the day. It also comes with the details. This is actually very important stuff because you can tell how much you're going to make. So, for example, this fertilizing contract, we can tell how long it's going to take us. That's very important when you look at those potato contracts and it says 4 hours and you say, no, thank you. How much you're going to use in fert, the price, your cost of material, your profit per minute. All of this is important to figure out, how much you're going to make. You can sort all this stuff by profits, by time. Now, the other important thing that comes with better contracts is the better contracts settings. That tab right there. This can make or break a playthrough. And let me tell you why. First off, we have early reward. We have standard. We have plus 10%, 20, 30. Minus 20. You want to adjust how good or how poorly the contracts pay. You can do that here. Your lease cost for the borrowing of equipment. Again, make it harder, make it easier. Now, this is very important in currently active contracts. I have it set on unlimited. You can go to 10, but unlimited will give you as many contracts as you want. If you have 12 FERT contracts you want to take all 12. No longer limited to 3. Now, this is what comes in very handy, delivery on harvest contracts. We've all been there where we've finished a harvest contract and we've delivered our stuff and we're a couple percentage points short. This is set at 94 in default. You can make go down very low, 70%. You're definitely going to have enough grain to finish your contracts. If you want a lot of extra crop after the contract is done, or bales for that matter, you can mess with this number and, less of it goes to the farmer and more of it goes to you at the end. Again, it's however your play style is, but you can change that. Here's the baling contracts the same way. So many things. You have insta fermenting for your bales. If you're making silage bales, I highly recommend that if you're doing silage contracts. Root crop plowing, on or off. Debug mode, don't worry about that. Lazy farmers is very important. Right now it's on no. We turn it to yes, we get these options. This basically says that the NPC farmers are going to skip work on their fields, so more contracts will pop up for you. Harvesting, all these go on, off, activated. So activate fertilizing. Farmers are going to just be, I'm not gonna fertilize today. I'll let the contractor do it. You're going to get more FERT contracts. You have higher difficulty. A lot of different things here. You have to complete these at the end of the month or you get penalized. You have a penalty. You can only borrow a certain amount of equipment for the jobs, and you can change the deadline by the day, the month. You got to get that contract done today or you're going to get a penalty. Makes it more interesting. And we have field purchase discount. You put this on, you can change the amount and the number of jobs it takes, but you get a 5% discount. And after 5 is your max. So you'll get a huge discount if you go to buy that field later on in your playthrough. Maximum discount can't go above 50%. So you do a bunch of contracts on that field. You go to buy it later on, you can get a 50% discount in the purchase price. And then lastly, your contract generation. This is just going to how much they're going to pop up, how fast. You can mess with all this. So customizable in here so that you can make this easy or hard or somewhere in between. And at number 6, we have time saving stock check. Now this mod seems simple, but it is so invaluable. As you can see here, what it does is it's listing goods, wheat, solid, fert, and lime. Those are products that we have in our silos. And they're going to tell you what they're selling for. As you can see, their wheat is selling for $9.96. Also tell you your max price, $1,406. Now, I've checked this since it came out. And to me, this max price is more accurate than your normal sell prices would be over here. Show our price fluctuations. That says 1223. For me, for my money, I go to time saving stock check. And that's what I'm going to get. And it will tell you when the best month is, and it will show you the max value at the max price. So for our 8,000 liters of wheat, we can expect to get at the max $11,254. Right now we're at 7,971. So you can see maybe you get to 10,500. You say, close enough. I need the money. Let's sell it. You'll know what you're going to get when you go to sell it. You don't have to do any math. It does it for you. It tells you how many liters. And it does a few other things as well. Now, you can tag Goldcrest Valley here if you'd like to sell your wheat there, or you can show value at sell points. So, of course, we're getting the most here at Goldcrest Valley, but it'll also show the other sell points that take wheat. So if, for example, Feed and Grain South and Sell Everything, which is the mod we placed, they're $2 apart. Now, if it's a really long drive to the Feed and Grain and a short drive to the Sell Everything, might be worth those $2 to sell it at the Sell Everything point. But you have your options. It has everyone listed here. If they're comparable prices, distance is a thing, especially on larger maps. This will tell you where to sell. You can also tag the place you're going to sell it from here. Another great feature is show locations. Now, this comes in so handy when you have big maps, big farms, lots of different places. This is going to show you where your wheat is stored. As you can see, it's the farm of 400. Now that is the beginning silo on the starter farm, but that shows you where your product is. Now, if we had multiple silos across the map, wheat in different places, it's going to show you that if it's in a silo. For example, our solid fertilizer, show locations, that's in our Fieldwork fill station that we filled up. So I know where to go. If I say, where is my lime? I click on that, show locations, old Fieldwork fill station, which we placed next to the other one. I know exactly where to go. And obviously you can rename a bunch of these things, make it so easy to find different products. Wherever your stuff is, you can tag these places as well. It will show you on the map. There's our silo. There it is, tagging our old Fieldwork fill station. How easy is that? Never lose crop again. Never drive around to 4 silos trying to find out if there's some in there or not. And coming in at number 5, this mod has saved me so many times. It could easily be number 1 for some people. This is called store deliveries. Now, say you're working out in the field, you run out of lime, you don't want to drive to the shop to get it. Your normal spawn point is at the shop for your things that you buy. Now, if we hit a few buttons, you'll see that pop up. We hit that, hear the click. We order a tractor. Get ourselves a Z-Tour. Just lease it. There it pops up right where our little circle was. Anywhere we want on the map. Now, this is particularly good if you're doing contracts and you borrow equipment. If we were borrowing equipment to do a contract on field 2, which is way up in the northwest corner, we can go to field 2, set our store delivery point, and borrow the equipment. It will spawn next to the field, anywhere on the map. So no longer do you have to get things spawned right to the store. You can put this anywhere you want. So handy when you're making content. You get vehicles to different places. And when you reset the vehicle, it will reset to this point. You're basically just changing your spawn point to here. Now, you can get rid of it, and it will spawn to the shop. Go back and get ourselves another Z-Tour. Buy it this time. See, it's not there. Back to the shop. Perfect. Very, very important, especially when you're making content. Get things there to places fast. You run out of seeds way out in the wilderness. You don't want to drive to the shop. Nobody's watching. Store deliveries is the mod you need. And at number 4, we have Lumberjack. Now, this mod does a lot of things. There are other mods that do similar things. Lumberjack is very versatile. So let's start with what Lumberjack does for you. Gives you a target marker for your chainsaw, so you know where you're cutting. Easily destroy small pieces of wood. You have all these settings here that you can change. We'll go over these. It allows you to cut trees anywhere on the map, even on stuff that can't be purchased, which is very handy. It gives you a mass of what you're cutting, and it gives you super strength. Now, there are plenty of other super strength mods out there. I think Lumberjack is the best. It gives a long distance to grab things, and you can also get stumps. So let's go through the settings, and then we'll show it in practice. So number 1, create wood chips. This is very cool, on or off. When you're cutting the trees, wood chips will fall on the ground, and you can pick them up. Very realistic. As you see here, there's a walking speed and a running speed. That is taken off by other mods, so that's why that's grayed out. But with Lumberjack, you can use walking speed and running speed. Again, you have a super strength value. Again, we have other mods that help with super strength, but you can infinite. You can pick up anything. Normal strength value, super strength distance. So this will how far out you can reach, which is very good if you're going to lift things up onto high places. It maybe puts your buddy's tractor on the roof of a building. You got to lift it a little bit higher. So you can adjust that here. Your normal strength distance. Again, that's just the distance with your normal strength. Cut anywhere is on, so you can cut anywhere in the map. Your distance and your duration. All of those can be adjusted, but how does it work in practice? Again, for most things, I don't like this tree. I pull up my chainsaw, and you'll see that red circle. I start cutting. Tree goes bye-bye, and we have wood chips off. We could come back and pick these wood chips up and sell them. Tree is gone. Now, it will work normally, cutting down trees. Turn it sideways. You'll see you'll get the green. Now, we have a super fast cut mod on. That's not in our top 10, but it's awesome. And again, we got stumps. Stump goes bye-bye. We got wood chips. Again, you can turn those wood chips off if you don't like it. Not a big deal. Now, you see there, we got a little bit of a little piece of wood there. It turns red. It goes away. Same with branches. It'll do the same with those. You got a small branch. You see how that just deleted that? And it goes away. Easy way to delete trees. Cut down trees, delete trees, get rid of stumps. You don't want to run around with a stump grinder or a T-Rex. Now, as for the super strength part, it's my favorite super strength. Number 1, it comes with another mod. It comes with the ability to delete the trees. So you only need the one mod. But as I said, it's got the best reach, the best strength, and the ability to hold on to things very, very well. So we hit our double tap, and it's off. So we look at our... We can't pick this up. We hit our thing on. We see this is 2,030.4 kilos. See that in your F1 menu? I can pick that up now. I'm lifting a Z-Tour. We can drop it on ourselves. So again, you'll see the distance. See how far away we can pick that up because we've changed our distance. We could put that up on the very highest of high spots if we wanted to. The other good feature about Lumberjack, again, we pick this up. You know, you don't do this often, but, you know, we're running. A lot of times when you're doing other super strength mods, this will fall. You'll get past yourself, it will fall, and you'll have to go back and pick it up. Especially if you're close. You seem to outrun it, and then you drop it. See, we're getting past ourselves. Lumberjack, it holds on to the thing. My favorite super strength mod. Plus, free deletion. Can you not like that? Now coming in at number 3, we have adjust working speed. Let me show you how this works. This one could easily be number 1 for me, but we've got it down here at number 3. What this does is it adjusts the working speed of your implements. Say, for example, a header. Take the base game. You'll see here we have a working speed. Now your standard 6 miles an hour harvesting speed can go up. See, in various increments up to 11.9 or down to 1. So it's about 5 miles an hour, a little bit over 5.9 in this case. And then, like I said, it will go down to 1. You can make it slower if you want. Not why I've had this mod, but hey, you do what you want to do with it. But your 6 miles per hour standard, we can jump that up. I usually harvest around 10. I think for me, that's a good harvest speed. Not exactly realistic, but a little bit faster. I enjoy myself more. I spend less time harvesting, more time having fun playing the game. Love this mod. Absolutely necessary for me. If I go back down to 6 now, I start getting shakes and freaking out a little bit. This works on all your implements. It does not work on tractors, but mulchers, again, 7 miles per hour is your standard. So we went up to 13.1. So in this case, 6.1. Any implement that you have, seeders, again, you're going to get working speed. You can adjust that. Again, for me, it's a matter of time and fun. The more time I spend on one activity, the less fun I have. So this differs from other speed mods like Real Speed Limit, where that just lets you go as fast as the tractor or the harvester goes. This just lets you change your implements. The tractor's not affected. You're not going super, super fast, but you're going a little bit faster. It's making it more enjoyable for me. And number 2, Vehicle Control Add-on, or VCA as we call it. Again, as a streamer, this is invaluable, but just playing, I need this mod. Now, there are other options out there like GPS. For me, I learned on VCA. I think it's the simplest. I like it. The truth is, whichever one you like is the best one. I prefer VCA, so we're going to show that one. This does many things. Gives you your lines. You see here, there's our lines. We snap them in. Now, they go away. We want to change our width. We hit a button. Automatic detection. When it's blue, it snaps in. When it's white like that, we're not locked in. When it's blue, it will take off in that line. Now we're showing it on an empty field here. There are very different ways to do this. The settings can be changed. Let's go to the settings. There is a settings menu. Now, VCA has a lot of extra things that GPS doesn't do, such as these camera settings. I don't really mess with those. You can see they're all off. Peek sideways is on. You can hit shift right and left arrows and peek. Don't really use it. You can mess with it, decide which ones you like. The steering, adaptive steering, just the automatic back rotation, the maximum steering angle. Again, this is all how the vehicle handles. You can play with these, the steering speed, the inverse steering speed, and see which one you like. Free steering. It doesn't automatically rotate back to center. I like to get right back to center. It's easier for me, but for realism, if you're using a wheel or something, you can do that. Now, track guiding, that's what we use a lot of. Lane guidance every 90, we turn that on. And let me show you this in action. Actually, let's turn this on because this says inactive. So that those lines were disappearing because it was inactive. So we put always on, they will always be on. Now our lane at 90. So if we're driving along and we turn right, it will snap a 90-degree line. So if you're going around a square field, you get to the end and you want to do that headland. Now, it depends on where you turn. That 90, and that can be adjusted as well. You can see that went along the other end of the field. We just keep going, we snap it in, and we're good to go. And we're back in the menu here. Again, you can turn this on and off. I prefer it on, especially if you're going around, like I said, square fields or big fields. Gives you that option to just hit the snap line in and keep going. Now the draw marker, we put it on always. Now we have if inactive high and always high. Let me show you what high is. You can see I call them the fences. Can't see that well, or your crop's kind of tall. This helps to get over top of that so you can see your lines, because sometimes the lines will get lost in the field. But that is high always. We go back. Now your snap angle. You can change this different degrees. Again, that's just going to snap your angle into different degrees. So when you're going along a field and you're pointing a different direction, it's going to change the snap angle. I keep mine pretty low at 15. So I have a lot of precision in how I adjust it. Now you're working with, that is automatic. If you hit detect with, it will do it automatic. You can come in and do it manually. So if we did double and hit enter and we go back, you'll see that is way too wide. But you can set it manually. That does come in handy. Not every vehicle is properly set up to work with VCA. There is some adjustments, a couple meters here and there, you know, a 0.2, 0.1 that you can adjust. There's an offset for certain things that are offset, and that will automatically detect that as well. But you can do combinations of tools that need offsets and set that way. Invert your offset. Many things here. We have left reverse guidance lanes. So when you turn left, we can put it on 2. So if we turn, let's redetect our width. There are shortcuts for these. As you can see, I just did that. Now we get into the throttle, brakes, and transmission settings. Again, I don't mess with very many of these. There are throttle limiters without and with the left shift key. I don't mess with that at all. Low brake force does come in handy. You can put this up to 200 and it does help you stop faster. We all have those vehicles that take a long time to stop and brake. This helps with that. Permanent keep speed is a setting that a lot of people with wheels and joysticks use. I don't use it. It says the pedal behaves like a joystick. So if you have joysticks and you drive with them, it does help. Automatic shifting of gears, that is already set up for us. You can modify your motor RPM, maintains idle speed. Again, all these things you can play with and dial into how you like. We do have traction controls, manual all-wheel drive differentials you can turn on, and a transmission HUD. So a lot of different settings than just GPS. Me, I just use it in GPS. If you're going, say you want to go this way, I snap my line, it goes away, and then I hit snap, and there it is, pointing in the direction I need to go in those 15 degree increments. And if I go back here, snap it again, and there you go. Now these are adjustable. You can adjust these left and right. You can adjust these by angle. So there is a lot of precision in these on the fly. You don't need to go into a menu. I'm just hitting control in the arrows, but you can bind them to whatever you like. But you can adjust these quite a bit. You're off one row, you just move it over a little bit and you're good to go. Again, as a streamer, when I can click this in and drive straight without having to steer and, you know, talk to my chat, do what I need to do, this is invaluable. I love this. It speeds up my farming so much. Another must-have mod. And finally, our number one most needed must-have favorite mod. This is number one for a reason. It is the most versatile, most used, easy dev controls, easy development controls. Gotta have this on everything I play on. When I test mods, when I'm recording videos, for creating the content I need to do, I need this. This makes things fast, easy. There are so many features. I'm not going to be able to go through all. This could be a whole video just on this mod, but we're going to go through the big ones. So we want to add money. We put it in here as much as we want. We hit enter. We go back. We just added $1 million. Easy as can be. Now you can also remove money and set money. Say we want to give ourselves 500 bucks. We hit enter. Go back. We have 500 bucks now. Very good if you're trying to fix mistakes. You bought the wrong thing, set yourself back. Now we have extra time scales. It does warn you that this may have negative effects, and it can cause issues, but you can go very fast through the day. If we go to fast forward, at 360 normal, and then we go 5, 2,000, 5,000, 20,000, 40,000. We've lost our contracts up there, as you can see. But look how fast we are fast forwarding. It can be very helpful. You can slow it down, bring it back up. Next, we have stop time. Just pause. Just stops time. You can play without time running. Now, this does have some other features that other mods have as well. Flight mode. Power tools will do that as well. But this flight mode works. You put that on. You put the flight state on. And you can fly. Now, another thing that's great for streamers is HUD visibility. If we turn that off, we go there and we have no HUD. Great for screenshots. Great for hiding, that you cheated money in a video. I'm not saying I would ever do that, but, it's possible. Your HUD inputs, your delete objects. Now, delete objects, again, there are other mods that will do this. But if you get out and you want to delete, say, a tree, you go up to that tree, delete, it's gone. It'll do bales, it'll do trees, all kinds of good things for you to delete. A very good feature. We also have teleport. You can do by map selection or XZ if you have the coordinates. Go to each field. If we go to map selection, say we want to go to field 57 over here by our stuff. We pick that. We face which way we're going. And we are transported into field 57. Simple as that. It does work with vehicles as well. There are little video glitches that can happen with this. So if we transport up to here, we can go to there. You can see we snapped in and we are on the tractor in the spot we need it to be. Very good for getting to places fast. Another good feature on the main function is the FOV angle. This again is great for screenshots, that sort of thing. We'll put ours at 45. You got quality settings. Again, you'll see we jumped in there. So if you want to get in close, your field of view changes. You get a better picture, a different angle on your picture. That's how you do that. We reset it and we're back. We didn't do it a lot, but a good feature. Also, we have show collectibles. If you don't want to hunt for them, you put them on. You can put up to 90% found. 0% found, it'll show you every collectible. Very good. Other features, you have player, you have super strength. Now ours is disabled because we have the Lumberjack. That will be disabled if you have Lumberjack. It is a good super strength. It's not as good as Lumberjack, which is why we included it in our top 10. We have a jump multiplier, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 10. Now this is not always necessary, but when someone raises the height of hedges, talking about you, Roy, and you want to jump over those hedges, you put this on 2x, and now you can jump over those hedges. This also has a running multiplier, so if you don't have player speed, which is another mod, you can run faster this way. Your multiplier key is there. You have debugs that I don't mess with. Objects fill types. This is where we can spawn whatever we need. This literally gets used by me the most. So say we want to do a round bale of silage. Do a 180 silage. We want it wrapped. We want the color to be green. Hit that. There it is. Falls down from the sky. Go again. Let's remove the background there so you can see it a little bit. Hit it. Silage bale. Then that works for all the bales that you got in there. Pallets. If we want a pallet of seed, we hit that. There comes a pallet of seed. And you don't pay for it. It's free. You need a log to test something. There they are. Very helpful when you're doing productions or you want to test if a animal pen has a bale trigger. You spawn a bale, you run it over there and see if it works. Now you see here this line of grass. Say we're testing a baler. We don't want to actually have to mow to test the baler. We put this tip to ground of grass. We put in 10 meters. We'll put down 5,000 liters. We hit that and it spawns a row of grass. Now you can make that up to 100 meters. A lot of grass on one spot, but now we just bail over this and see. We didn't have to mow. Very, very much a time saver. We have a clear tip area as well. anything within, let's just say 10 meters. We hit that, and you can see within that 10 meters, all that went away. Very other important features of this object field type page are show bale locations. You have bales that are missing. You can put that on. Pallet locations as well. Show your tip collisions. You can remove all bales. You had those 2 bales there. We click that. Are you sure you want to do it? Yes. Here we go. Those bales that we spawned are gone. Pallets as well, logs and stumps. Now you gotta be careful with logs and stumps because you want to use some of them. So be careful of that. Now we're into the vehicles page. Reloading vehicles is very good if you're modding or modifying XMLs. You hit that and it will update the XML or the thing that you just modified into the game. So you change a setting, you hit reload, and it should be updated into the game you're playing. Excellent for modders. I don't use it that much, but it works. Fill level. This one gets used a ton if I'm testing a silo or a production and I say I need a full trailer full of wheat, but I don't want to have to harvest it or buy little pallets. I'm in my vehicle. This only works when you're in a vehicle. You hit that. Let me go back, and that trailer is full. Now, we also have the option to empty it, and it's gone. You can remove the background. You can probably see it. You can also set the amount. So if we want a certain amount, say we want 5,001 liters, we hit enter. 5,001 liters. Hop in there. Also good for testing dirt and wear sets. Put the dirt to 100 and all that tractor got dirty. We can put that back to 0, clean it up, show the wear. Excellent for when you're testing mods. See the dirt and wear masks. You can fill up with fuel. A bunch of other different objects, things you can do here. Removing vehicles. I don't mess with these a lot. The global wiper state. Don't mess with these. Next, we have placeables. Again, if you're doing a map review, this is much needed. What this says is this is all NPC owned buildings. You can set the owner and basically hit confirm, and now we own all of the productions. Switch it to farm owner. We can also do many other things. We can set them all to on, activate all of them at once. We can change the output mode to storing. And most importantly of this is we can fill everything. We can empty, fill, liters, percent, however you want to do it, maximum, or the output. Fill both of your productions. If we go, we filled everything. Go to our productions. You'll see all the inputs are filled. They are on and they are working. Again, if you're testing productions, this is a must-have. If you're doing a map review and you want to see what productions are on the map, this is the easy way to get all of the productions all at once. Another very important feature of easy development tools is changing the fields. So fields and farmlands, we can set the field fruit. Now we are standing on this field, so it's going to automatically go to 57, but we can pick whichever field we want or all of them. We can set the ground layer, fertilizer, manure, slurry, lime, straw, corn, mask, fertilizer. Don't really mess with this. Just leave it how it is. You can set your weed state. So if you want to test weeding or sprayers, you can do that. You set the standard of, does it need rolling? Yes or no. Now, I don't own this farmland, so I can hit this yes, and it will buy that for me. You can change the fruit. You have the new crops in there. But we want, let's say, everything to be in sugar cane. We can do that. Potatoes, we can do that. Soybeans. Just pick one here. We'll do wheat. You can set the fertilizer state, the lime state, whether there's stones, the growth state between sown, harvested, withered, ready to harvest, all the growing stages. So if you need to get a field done quickly, just for demonstration, all you got to do is come in here. Put the sun ready to harvest. Let's say it's plowed. Yes, it's been sprayed. Double shredded, yes. We hit confirm. We go back, and it's done. It's ready to harvest. It's got all the fur it needs. It's got everything done to it that was supposed to be done to it, and it's ready to go. No longer do you have to actually plan it, fast forward, get it ready, and then you're ready to film your video. Or, you know, if you want to do this in a playthrough, you're just ready to have a field done, you can do it this way. Now we can also change the field ground. This is a little bit tricky. You have to be very careful of this. You can mess up an entire map, which I've done many, many times doing it this way. But say we just want it to look cultivated. Put it on cultivated. You can do your multi-terrainal if it's there, whether it's been plowed or not, if it's been ferted. Again, all these you can change. It's very good for testing when you can make a field exactly the same every time. So we want that cultivated. We hit confirm, go back, and that field is cultivated, ready to plant. Now, this is also good for removing stones. If we have stones turned off, sometimes they still show visually. They don't make a difference to what you're doing, but they still show. You can change the field stone state right here, or the weeds. You can advance growth, set the growth period. This is for grapes and olives. You can update the vine visuals. We had some, they would show up here. You can also set the farmland owner. We can buy literally all of them at the same time. We just bought fields. Again, you have debugs. Don't really mess with those. And next we have the environment. Again, if you're trying to get into winter, you want to plow some roads, you can set the month. Say, let's make it March. You can say it's 11 o'clock and we hit that. Are we sure we're going to advance 3 months? Now it's March, 11 o'clock. There are other things where you can reload the environment, reload the weather. That sort of resets things. You can put the weather here. We can set to cloudy. There's variations of cloudy. They do different things. You have to look those up. There are information available on the web of what the different variations are. Here you go. They are here for you as well. So that'll tell you how long the cloudy is going to be, the min-max temperature, the wind, all that stuff. So pick which variety you like. If you have tire tracks, you don't want to see tire tracks, you can remove those. We can add snow. We can set snow. We can add salt. Go back. Nope, it just popped up there. So we've made snow. Took a second, but it will pop up. Very important if you're going to do testing, if you want to get to a certain month, certain fields, weather state to do your videos in, or you're just tired of the snow, you can remove snow this way. Now it does come with this helpful help menu. Gives you all the different things. You can flip vehicles in case you got something turned over. You know, super strength does it, but you can do it here. All kinds of things this will help you out with. Tells you what this does. Again, there's so many options in here. So many things you can do that I haven't shown you in this, but this thing is invaluable. It is basically developer controls. You have the power to change the state of the game. And again, as a streamer and creating videos, this is super valuable to me, but I use it a lot for other things like the jump multipliers, spawning in pallets to test things. Does this take this crop? A lot of filling of vehicles when I'm testing. And of course, productions, filling up productions for testing. This is why it's my #1 mod, because it does so much. As a content creator, I don't think I could do what I do as well without this. So that's why it's my #1 mod. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 mods for Farming Simulator 22. Again, not in any particular except #1. And a lot of these are PC. So unfortunately, if you're on console, you won't be able to use all of these. But the links will be below in the description. Check them out. Make sure you give them a good rating. Try them out for yourself. Tell me which ones you agree with, which ones you disagree with, what you like better. I could have put about 57 different honorable mentions in here with no collision camera or power tools, mods like that, but we don't have the time for that. Let's just give you the top 10. Tell me what you like about the video. Tell me what you didn't like. If you did like it, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.